Hey guys, Scott Stewart here. First of all, I want to mention something that the title of this video is somewhat a clickbait. I've put on here the title for a reason. You're probably thinking, uh-oh, is this another one of those videos complaining about the Hobbyking's orange receivers? And it's really not. I'm going to explain a couple of things that happened with me a few days ago. I had a crash on one of my planes, and I'm pretty sure that I've discovered what the cause is. Many years ago, I did some research on these orange receivers that Hobbyking makes, and have discovered some things that may be the cause of what a lot of people have problems with these particular receivers. First of all, I also want to make mention here, there's no paid endorsement here. I'm not getting anything from Hobbyking for doing this video. So there's nothing behind this other than me wanting to explain a couple of things that I think happened with this. So first of all, let's just show you what I got here. I've got my J3 Piper Cub, and I've got my Dynam C188 crop duster. Now this is the plane that had the crash the other day. It has since been repaired for the most part. Still got a rudder issue that I've got to fix, but other than that, it's pretty much on the mend. A lot of people talk about these orange receivers, and these orange receivers have gotten a bad rep over the years. Have gotten a bad rap, and I think part of what has caused this is a lack of understanding on something that you need to do when pairing this to your remote. On this plane, and you're gonna have to kind of look through the window here to see it. On this plane, I've got a standard Spectrum receiver on it. So I want to kind of show you what both of them do, what the tendencies are on how they work. Now, we're going to start with this first, because the big thing that we're going to be focusing on is the orange receiver for Hobbyking. Most of the time with these Spectrum receivers, what you can do is you could unplug the battery, plug a new battery in or whatever you're going to do, and start this back up without changing anything on the radio whatsoever. And to give you a demonstration of that, we set this to the J3 Piper Cub. And incidentally, I've got the props pulled off of both of these. Anytime you are ground testing anything, you always want to pull the props off. For those of you that are new to RC, always want to pull the props off, especially if you're ground testing it indoors. You never know what could happen, especially when you're going back and forth from powering to unpowering. It's just a good safety thing to always do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the battery. I've got my DXXI programmed now to this particular aircraft, the J3 Piper Cub. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this battery in. And what you should see if you look in the receiver is a solid red light. And it's on. If you can't see it, it's no big deal. But the solid red light means this is ready to go. This is ready to fly. Now, here's what I'm going to show you that you can do with a regular Spectrum receiver. You can unplug the battery, whether you go from another model to a different model, plug it back in, and then you can see it's just fine. It's still ready to go. No problems. It's solid red. What you don't want to see is a blinking red. That means that something has happened. It's not firing up on all frequencies the way it needs to. And if it's ever blinking red, that's what you don't want. So everything's fine. We can power this up. Everything works fine. You can even see control surfaces working. Everything's good. It's ready to go. Now, let's go over here to the Dynam C188 where I've got the orange receiver. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to plug in the crop duster. And I'm going to shut the transmitter off and turn it back on. Now, it's good to go. It should be good to go when I plug it in. It should be ready to just fire up and work the way it needs to. Bound up really nice. It is solid red. Now, watch this. I'm going to unplug this receiver and now plug it back in. And now let's watch what happens. See how it is blinking red? That is Danger Will Robinson. anything could happen. It is not firing up on all frequencies the way it needs to happen. And what you are looking at, even though control surfaces may work at the start, everything fires up, even the motor, everything fires up, but that is warning you that there is a problem. Fly that long enough, and you're going to lose signal. That is something that is unique with these orange receivers that I believe is the cause of 90% of your horror stories with these receivers. What you have to do is you have to unplug the battery, shut the power off on the DX6i, turn it back on again, and then plug it in, and you're good to go. Now look, perfectly set up with a solid red the way we need it to be. So hopefully there's been some good information here that's helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.